welcome to Miss Tess's training videos. In these videos, I'm going to show you the hand cues we've been working on and just demonstrate with her a little bit so you can see how to keep practicing at home. You can use these videos so that you can follow up with her. I'll also have all the cues written out for you as well so you can follow that way. I love Tess. She's a great dog. It's been amazing seeing her come out of her shell. It's been so nice to watch her playing with the other dogs where she was scared and hiding when she first got here and barking at every dog that came through. Now when a new dog shows up, she might bark for just a little bit, but I can easily redirect her and then we can switch it over to play really fast too. So if she was ever a little too nervous, I would go put her in her kennel while the other dog's getting acclimated. And then I would let the other dogs meet the new dog. And once that was going well, I could bring her out into the group. And again, she's turning right over and being able to start right into the play. So I'm really excited for her and her future friends that she'll make. So we're still working on her when we see dogs, when we're out for a walk. And I'll go into that more when we go into the walking lesson, but just keep making it positive. Keep giving her good exposure, doing things where we see other dogs at a distance and we're praising her and we're giving her treats and we want her to love seeing other dogs and not feel like it's a threat. So use these behaviors that she's learning as an alternative thing to be doing, right? So if she's watching you, she's not looking at a dog that she might bark at. So you can then reward her for watching you or doing a touch or any of those things. So when I'm giving the cue, I will say the word first and do hand signal second. And that is my goal. I'm going to reward her throughout the training. So when you think of rewards, a reward is anything that makes her happy. So like right now she's chewing on a bone. So that could be a reward, right? So maybe I ask her to sit and down and then I give her something to chew on. So a lot of times when we're training, you'll see me use food. Whenever I'm using food, I'm gonna have something typically meaty or stinky, but that I can tear up into little bitty treats. So I wouldn't just be using a milk bone or something like that. I would want something that it kind of has a beef jerky-esque smell to reward her, and that I can make super tiny. When I'm rewarding in the house, I can mix her dog food in with treats so that she's also eating part of her meals as she's training. So that's food she's gonna get anyway. So when we're thinking about rewards, food rewards, we're gonna have a high pay reward and a low pay. So low pay might be stuff she likes, but that might be her own dog food or some treat that she thinks is okay, but maybe she's not gonna do a backflip for. That would be low pay. So that's what we're gonna practice with in the house. When we go outside, or if we were somewhere and we knew we were gonna run into other dogs, she gets her high pay treat. So whenever I went around the neighborhood, when we went to a park, I brought string cheese because some of the other food that she would eat in here, she would completely snub when we're out in public. Part of that tells me that like her emotional state, she is maybe a little nervous, so she can't just eat as she would when it's just me and her. So I'm gonna bring something to help her through it. And string cheese for her help, the white string cheese. And I would just take a whole thing with me and I would just tear off little pieces. And she ate that pretty much anytime, anywhere. So that would be your high pay reward. Sometimes things like freeze-dried liver can work good. Hot dog, if you chop it up, you could even chop it up and nuke it. Those would be a special treat, only when distractions are super high. Going back to other rewards, so a chew bone, petting, praise, toys, all those things, getting to meet new people if she wants to meet new people. A lot of dogs, meeting another dog is a big reward, but for Tess, that would not be a reward, right? Because she's nervous when she meets them, but all I'm trying to do is just get your mind thinking about what are things that are reinforcing, things that makes her happy, makes her tail wag, right? And use those things to keep getting her behavior better and better. So another thing you want to think about when you're training is if we don't like the behavior she's doing, let's teach another behavior instead, right? So we're going to teach something, you know, going back to if she's looking at me, she's not barking at the other dog. It's incompatible behaviors. So focus on that. All right, so we're gonna start in on the training, right, on all these basics. And I want you to practice every day, especially in the beginning when she gets home. It doesn't need to be long lessons. It can be short, you know, little 5-10 minute lessons here and there. And then just throughout life, ask her to do something before she gets something. So Tess, are you ready? She says, no, I'm very busy on a bone. So I'm gonna start out with the watch me cue. Watch me is fist to chin, okay? So I'm good, can I have this? Can I trade with this? I'm gonna give her something since I'm taking this bone that she was super into. You know, if our dogs have something, exchange with them so you don't become the bad guy stealing their stuff. So Tess, ready? Good girl. Watch me. Yes, good girl. On the watch me, she does not need to sit. All I'm looking for is eye contact. And this is such an easy one, but really important. So we'll do it again. Watch me. Yes. I like that. So as I said the verbal cue, she looked up before I even got my hand up there. So I'm saying yes to tell her, you got what I was looking for. Watch me. Yes. Now, my yes is a marker, right? You could use a clicker to, as she gets better and better at these things, my marker can start to go away, but she's learned a lot of behaviors in a small amount of time, so I really want to be clear with her and let her know that I like what she's doing, and that was the correct response. Cool. Good. All right, so Tess, sit. Good girl. Down. Yes, this is a beautiful down. Good girl. So we'll do stand next. Stand's a little bit new for her. Well, it's not new, it's just not something we practice quite as much. Stand. Yes, good girl. All right. So I am yesing right when her hips came up, right? So that's what I was looking at. So you have your sit. Good girl. You're down. Good girl. She's so good. And stand. Good girl. Stand. Yes. Good. So as we're working on behaviors, in the beginning, it's okay to reward each little behavior, right? Each version of that behavior. But as Tess gets better, we're gonna start combining our behaviors together. So that's where we might get a sit, down, stand, watch me, treat, okay? So she does multiple behaviors for the one reward. Tessie, you touch? Yes. Good girl. Good girl. Tess, touch. Good girl. Touch. Good girl. Sit. Down. Watch me. Good girl. Good girl. Yes. I have doggies barking in the backyard, so we will stop here, but that's okay. We got there what I wanted. And stand. Good girl. Good girl. Okay, sit, down, stand. Good girl. Watch me. And then touch was that last one, a nose bump. Touch. Good. It's another easy redirection, right? If she's touching my nose, she's not looking out the window barking at what the other dogs are barking at.